Okie dokie smoky. Hi everybody. Today is Friday, and that means that the Robin's Nest is live. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the Robin's Nest Live. I am here. I am Ashley Robin, for those of you who may or may not know. I'm a producer, I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a musicianship coach, which means basically that I'm here to help you with everything that makes you fully the music creator you desire to be. So whether that's vocals, songwriting, ear training, production, I am your girl. I've got 2 degrees in music performance. I have a bachelor's degree in classical performance, a master's degree in jazz performance. I've been singing seriously and studying music for about 18 years now. I've been teaching people to make music in different contexts, like for colleges, organizations, and individuals, of course, on a one-to-one basis for about 13 years now. I myself am a signed artist. I work with other labeled artists. I've some backgrounds for live television broadcasts, live concerts at really cool places like the Apollo Theater in New York City. I've done backgrounds for live recordings, and I get called for studio sessions fairly often. I own the Robin's Nest, which is a virtual academy for artists and musicians just like you who are serious about succeeding at this craft. And I've coached artists that work with people like Pharrell, Lana Del Rey, Burna Boy, and guess what? Today, I am your coach too. So, the Robin's Nest is all about creating a safe space to grow together. I'm super glad you're joining me today. I am live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And for those of you who don't know, on Mondays we do sing-along vocal warm-ups together. Wednesday is ear training day, and Friday, today, we do warm-ups together, but we focus a bit more on vocal agility. So I hope that you are ready. We are going to get into some warm-ups right now, but of course we got to lay those ground rules. So number 1, if we are not in your range, you got to promise me that you will stop and wait for us to get back within your range. If anything hurts, feels strained, please, I beg of you, stop. Singing should not hurt. Singing should not be, a strain on your body, okay? So if you're noticing your voice is getting tired, if you're noticing that something is hurting or you're feeling strained, please, please, please stop. You can always come back to this exercise later on YouTube. The videos are there on the Robin's Nest channel. So if anything hurts, please stop. And also, keep some water nearby, okay? So that you can take a sip if you need. All right, so let's jump into it then, shall we? Let's start with stretches, because we should. Just start by doing whatever it is you feel like you need. So a little bit of freestyle stretching. We have to stretch so that our bodies are ready to cooperate with us, right? Because our body is our instrument, right? So let's make sure that we do that. Let's do these stretches together. I want you to take your head over your left shoulder, hold it, and breathe, breathe. If you want to deepen it, you can take your hand, put it on the side of your head. Okay. Keep your posture straight while you do this. Don't crumple up. Try to keep that back straight. Okay. If you are seated like me, as I always say, I'm seated because, go ahead, switch to the other shoulder. I'm seated because I'm playing the keyboard, right? I don't have a standing keyboard, so that's why I'm sitting. So if you want to get the best results, I would highly recommend that you stand up. But if you have to sit down, just make sure that everything is aligned, right? So your hips align with your shoulders, align with your head, etc., etc. Make sure that you're sitting with good posture and your feet are shoulder width apart. That's sitting or standing, right? That's the best way to feel supported. Nice, nice, nice. Deepen the stretch if you want to. Nice. Let's take our chin to chest. Yeah. Stretching the back of the neck and the upper back. Delightful. Okay, let's look up at the ceiling now. Take your hand in the center of your chest, pull down. And then as an added tongue stretch, let's take our tongues while we're in this position. Take your tongue and try to touch your nose. You can also run your fingers down the sides of your voice box while you do this too. Tongue trying to touch the nose, hands just lightly massaging the sides of the voice box. Okay, and good. Release, 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 release. Let's do a couple more tongue stretches. Stay loose through this whole process, right? Don't lock up. Don't lock those knees. Don't lock anything, right? Stay loosey-goosey, all right? Let's clean our teeth. All right, cool. So let's do some breathing exercises. We'll start with consonant pulses. We're going to do it to the beat of this instrumental we got going on right here. In fact, let's skip to the next one, actually. That was a little laid back. Let's do this one. All right, so I'm going to call out the consonants. We're going to pulse on the consonants. Ready? Let's start with K. S-H. F. Z. T. Let's go back to K. S-H. F. S. S-H. Good. And so, this is a certified workout for me today. I am just coming off of a gym workout and I went a little hard. So, I'll be honest with y'all, I'm tired. Hi, Shams. I'm tired. But we are here. So, let's do it. All right, let's do... Let's start vocalizing. Okay, I'm getting distracted by the beat. I like this beat a lot. It's one of my favorite beats that I've ever made. So let's get into some vocalization. Okay, we're gonna start with a hum. All right, we're gonna do a third. Let's go down. You can feel welcome to sing an octave below. Relaxed. Posture. As you're humming, try to keep an on the inside of your mouth. gonna stop there for now. And actually, let me see if I can get y'all a Okay, cool. I wanted to see if I could get y'all a visual of the keyboard, because I know some folks like to look at the keyboard as the warm-ups happen. So let me see if I can do that for you right quick. Super quick, fast, in a hurry. All right. I believe I can. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. There we go. There we go. All right, here I am. All right, so we're going to go back down to the bottom. Let's do some lip trills, some lip trill scales. So we're going to go. Ready? Okie dokie smoky. I don't think you can see me, but it's fine. All right, here we go. Alrighty. So now we're going to go into another type of SOVT. Let's do either puffy cheeks, so, or you can stay on lip trills, or if you have like a bottle and a straw, you have a Dr. Box like this. If you want a Dr. Box, you can have one. 10% off from the Robin's Nest in the description, BT dubs. But if you have a Dr. Box, now is a great time to use it. Otherwise, if you have singing straws, if you have a bottle and a straw, you can use that as well. But here's what we're going to do. We are going to descend in an arpeggio. It's going to sound like this. If we're doing lip trills, it should sound like this. If we're doing puffy cheeks, it should sound like this. And either way, your chord should be engaged. And then let's do one big slide from bottom of our range all the way to the top and then down again. So. All right, let's do some vocal cord closure exercises. And so far, you should feel your voice climbing up out of the basement. Hi, O'Dane. And yes, I'm very glad you're here, champs. All right, let's do some wheeze. Wee, 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 wee. Let's go. Wee, 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 wee. 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 Let's keep going up. Wee, 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 wee. 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 One more. Wee, 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 wee. I lied. One more. Wee, 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 wee. Let's go down. Wee, 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 wee. In fact, let's connect it now. So we've been doing it staccato, but let's wee, 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 wee. 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 Stay engaged. Wee, 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 wee. 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 Keep it at the front of the face. Wee, 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 wee. 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 One more. Wee, wee, wee. That was Phrygian. Wee, 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 wee. Wee, 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 wee. Just for fun. All right, cool beans, cool beans. Let's do one more exercise before we get into the moving stuff. All right. So let's do ma ah 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 ah. Woo wee. So I told y'all I just got back from the gym. My body is tired, and my abs are like, yo, what are you doing? But it's fine because we have to build our stamina. So that's what we're doing today. And I hope that, you're having fun joining me. All right, so here's the exercise again. Ma ah 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 ah. Ma ah 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 ah. Ma ah 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 ah. Ma ah 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 ah. Ma ah 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 ah. I'm getting thrown off because my mic, I'm just going to move my mic back, in fact. I'll just move it back. Because sometimes when I'm too loud, it blows out. My interface can't take it. All right, so. Oops. Here we go. you're going to need more support. So make sure that you're bringing your core into the picture, specifically on the top note. And it's okay to give yourself more support based on what part of your range you're in. So, right? Just with the arpeggio. Again for me. Again for me. Okay. Again, body is like, hello. My body about to go on strike. But let's get into some vocal agility stuff. Let's do some pentatonic patterns. That's what we're going to work with today. And while I'm getting everything set up for us to do that together, I want to make sure that you're aware that if you love this kind of situation, if you like to be challenged to grow, if you enjoy learning about diverse topics in music, if you are looking for somewhere to get information, get the information that you need about music, right? You can feel very, very free to join us in the Robin's Nest. If you're watching me on YouTube, there is a link in the description that you can use to jump into the Robin's Nest. You can get subscribed to the Robin's Nest and have access to monthly workshops where we do vocal training, songwriting coaching, and ear training classes. You're welcome to join us for any of those, and you can actually join us for those for as little as $0 a month. So if you're curious about that, if you're watching me on YouTube, head to the link in the description. If you are watching me on Instagram, there's a link in my bio that you can use to tap into that if that's what you would like to do. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that before we move. There we go. Now we're back. Okay. Okay, cool. Is it back? Y'all good? Should be. I can see. Something about opening Logic on live that makes my sound go out. But we learn. We live and we learn. We learn and we live. All right, cool. So let me, because that's kind of, okay, good, there we go. All right, so we got the beat going. So let's make sure that we know our pentatonic patterns. So sing with me. Let's go down now. Nice and easy on ooh. Okay, let's go up. And let's go back down. Cool, 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 cool. In fact, I feel like we need a bass note to keep us in key. I'll just hold it down. All right, let's do that again. So you just go repeat after me, I guess. We'll do a call and response situation. Okay? All right, cool. So let's repeat after me. Let's do it. Let's do it. One more time. All right, okay. Now let's go. Again, together. One more time. Together, one more time. Now, stay loose. Try not to lock up, okay? You definitely have to support with your core, but try to stay loose otherwise in your body. Don't let yourself get like, I know agility can be, it can be a little intimidating, but just stay loose, stay relaxed, and don't worry if it's not perfect, okay? We're working on it, right? That's the purpose of practice and training. So let's go a little faster. Ooh, do that. Okay, repeat after me. Ooh, do that. Go. And cool. I'm gonna change the pattern. Listen. Go. And two more times around. And all right, changing the pattern. Go. Yep. Two more times around. Let's go. Yep. And again. Nice. How you doing? Tell me in the chat, you good? You good? Let's do a different pattern, a couple more patterns. All right, I'm going to keep this going until maybe about 12:22 because I'm teaching boot camp. Today's the last day of boot camp. So I got to make sure that I get over there. But I want to make sure that we get a good session in too. All right, so let's modulate. You gotta support. Use your core. One more time. Is this a mode or what? No, this is a pentatonic scale. We're training vocal agility today. All right, new pattern. My brain was still buffering. New pattern. Here we go. Do that. You can do an octave below as well. You can go if that's your range. But okay. And go. Okay. All right. One more time. Go. Okay, let's speed it up. Speed it up. Speed it up. Speed it up. Here we go. Ooh. Haha. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. And one more time. Ooh. Can you do it that fast? Gotta use like you gotta get into your accents, right? So it's right? Right? You see what I'm doing? So if you want to be more agile, you got to find like the things that help, right? It's not just like the notes come spilling out. There's a science to it, right? And the more you practice it, the more you start to take notice and make notice of those things. All right. Shall we modulate? Oh, you did an octave down. That's perfect. We're modulating again. A long one, right? So we're gonna go. That's a longer one. It's not a long one. That's a long one, and that's a big range one. Okay, so. One more time, let's do it. Let's see if we can do fast. Want to try to do fast? Get in touch with those accents. You got to get in touch with those accents. We're going to get in touch with them together, huh? So. Ooh, Lord. Ooh. That's kind of hard. It's clearing up. Clearing up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, one more time. Okay, yeah. Perseverance. Perseverance is what we need, right? It may not come out perfect the first time, but the more we practice it, the clearer it'll get. All right. Let's do one more pattern, and then I'm going to skedaddle. Okay. Let's go up one more key. times you gotta keep your head still. Ooh, as best as you can. Keep your head still. Ooh, one more time. Ooh, relax that jaw, relax that tongue. It's gonna help a lot. Okay? And try not to move your head too much, you know. Right? Try to keep more still and more relaxed. Okay? Couple more times. And stretch it out. One more time. One more time. Last time. Good. Right, we got some good practice in. We got some good agility practice in. And you know, when you're working on agility, you can't be concerned. You cannot be concerned about like, oh my gosh, is it perfect on the first try? You gotta keep trying, you know what I'm saying? So as a vocal coach, I'm not afraid to let y'all watch me clear it up. That doesn't bother me, okay? But I hope that you stuck with it. If you had any trouble, I hope you stuck with it and it came out nice and clear eventually. But if you want to continue to work on your pentatonic patterns, I do have a Pentatonics mini course. If you're watching me on YouTube right now, it's in the link in the description. If you're watching me on Instagram and you want access to, it's free as well. If you're watching me on Instagram and you would like access to my Pentatonics mini course, you can reach out to me in the DMs, send me a DM, and I will make sure that you have it. But I think this was a great training session. I'm going to skedaddle. I got to teach Better Ear Boot Camp now. It's the last day of boot camp. If you want to join me for boot camp, you're welcome to. We're going to do another session next week, so keep your eye on the feed for new dates and stuff like that. But otherwise than that, this has been the ROBINSNEST Live. I'm so happy that you could join me today, and I will see you on Monday.